I heard Durk was his mama and his auntie.
Two individuals from his inner circle cooperated with authorities, while two longtime associates in the industry have distanced themselves entirely. However, it's not limited to just those within his immediate network. Even the mayor, who once honored him with ceremonial city keys, has since revoked the gesture, despite no formal conviction being announced. Additionally, an opposing figure has publicly disclosed sensitive information in interviews.
And it wasn't until February of 2023 that Brick Baby goes on the internet with Flacco and says, out of nowhere, the world is oblivious to this. I guess they can't say OTF didn't slide for King Von anymore.
The list of those turning away from the OTF leader continues to grow, and some of the names involved may come as a surprise. Lil Reese, recognized as one of the few remaining and prominent Chicago rappers affiliated with the Black Disciples, has remained noticeably silent. When news surfaced regarding the OTF leader's arrest, it was widely expected that Reese would show public solidarity like other Chicago artists. Instead, he posted an image of himself behind bars while featuring the track Love for the Streets, a song by the OTF head.
When I interviewed Reese, he told a story about how him and Durk robbed some guys. Lil Durk unfollowed Lil Reese after this story came out.
Speculation surrounding the silence suggests tension between the two. According to reports, their falling out may be linked to previous allegations involving family members and disagreements over publicly sharing street activity. At one point, the OTF leader allegedly referred to Reese as disloyal for revealing past incidents on a podcast.
Are you saying that he made a threat towards Durk? I've been holding you down because I heard you say something about like his baby mama called Durk for a lawyer, and Durk may have like brushed it off, and they're like, yo, you're not supposed to brush off my call when I need something. Like, I'm the guy who does the dirt for you.
While both have faced legal difficulties, their strained relationship appears to be preventing any visible support. Reese himself has been embroiled in multiple legal challenges in recent years. It began in September when authorities in Texas issued a warrant in connection with an incident at a Houston nightclub where he was accused of assault. Reese's legal team denied all allegations, stating he was committed to proving his innocence. However, complications continued.
Too much money, you gotta hold it like that.
They be holding their newborns and shit like this, don't they?
This shit falling out there. You know what's name, but steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feel.
By July, Reese was arrested again, this time in Los Angeles. The charges were related to alleged misconduct, though he was later released on $100,000 bail. Then, on October 16th, DJ Academics reported another arrest, this time on charges of aggravated assault, a serious offense that could lead to 5 to 10 years in prison if found guilty.
I was just shooting dice, won all my money. I came back on the block. I couldn't get all the other guys because I knew they wasn't gonna want to do it with me. So I told Durk, like, come with me, grab a gun. He asked like, what we finna do? I ain't telling him what we was finna do. So when we got to the barbershop, I made him rob this and we took my money back that I had lost in the dice game.
In response, Reese shared a brief message on social media expressing concern for his family, particularly his daughters. Despite the growing legal pressure, no public message of support has been extended to the OTF leader. And it's not just Lil Reese. Another figure associated with the Chicago scene, Chief Keef, made headlines for purchasing a $500,000 chain shortly after the arrest, without making any public statements about the situation.
You know, Reese mama bad, right? I heard Durk was his mama and his auntie.
No.
This wasn't the first instance where Chief Keef faced criticism for withholding support. During an earlier falling out with the OTF frontman, Keef chose to purchase a dirt bike rather than post bail on his behalf. In the weeks leading up to the arrest, the OTF leader had been recognized near his hometown for his community outreach. As part of his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation's efforts, he had partnered with local institutions in Cook County, Illinois. In recognition of these contributions, he was awarded ceremonial keys to several areas, including the village of Broadview.
We all thought that was a bad drug deal, weed deal. You know that. The world thought that shooting was a bad weed deal between some Armenians or Persians. That's what the world thought.
Mayor Katrina Thompson issued a statement via Facebook explaining the nature of the collaboration. According to her post, the artist had entered a formal agreement to assist with Kaleidoscope Zones, a project aimed at supporting sustainability efforts for students in Broadview and Bellwood. The partnership had received positive feedback for encouraging community investment and youth engagement. While the recognition was celebrated by many, some critics pointed to ongoing concerns about violent lyrics and imagery in his music. Still, the rapper remained vocal about his personal transformation, citing religious devotion and lifestyle changes as evidence of growth. Despite these efforts, the arrest changed everything. Shortly after, Mayor Katrina Thompson returned to social media to announce the city's decision to retract the honorary key and dissolve their partnership. Her statement read, "While the American system of justice grants the presumption of innocence, the village of Broadview operates with an even higher standard of ethical behavior. Public partners must uphold the values our residents demand." Following the announcement of criminal charges involving murder for hire, the village of Broadview formally ended its association with the artist and withdrew the ceremonial key. The mayor emphasized that protecting the interests and integrity of Broadview remained the administration's top priority. Observers criticized the decision, noting that it appeared to signal judgment before a formal trial had taken place. Public sentiment suggested that distancing from the artist was more about managing political optics than ensuring due process. Another voice entered the conversation, Quando Rondo. His response to the arrest was initially seen as unexpectedly supportive, though closer inspection revealed a different tone. In what many interpreted as a subtle admission, the rapper released a track titled "Life Goes On," where he appeared to speak on themes of accountability, redemption, and personal change. Lines in the song reflect a move away from affiliations and violence. "Beefin' with the same color on my skin, same color of the hammer, youngins out here beefing over a bandana. That's why I put my flag down and picked up a Quran, 'cause life goes on." Alongside the track, Quando Rondo shared a public message promoting forgiveness, peace, and transformation. The statement emphasized the need to move beyond conflict and toward community healing, urging artists to prioritize the well-being of their families and neighborhoods. His message concluded, "We didn't get into this industry just to stay trapped in the street life. We've already lost too much. It's time for change." The post quickly gained traction as fans speculated that it referenced Lil Durk, and the implication of forgiveness suggested an underlying admission of guilt. Attention then shifted to OTF Jam, whose alleged betrayal has become one of the most debated events surrounding the OTF camp. For those unfamiliar with the controversy, OTF Jam, real name KCJ Hester, was reportedly caught wearing a wire, secretly recording conversations with OTF members that included alleged confessions to criminal activity. The allegations were first made public by Chicago rapper King Yella, a known rival of OTF. Due to King Yella's opposition, many initially dismissed the claims as an attempt to stir controversy or discredit the group. However, skepticism began to fade when OTF Jam personally addressed the accusations. Taking to social media, Jam denied the rumors and challenged critics to present actual paperwork. In his words, KCJ Hester, aka OTF Jam, is my legal name. Until you see that on any official documents, don't tag me. Despite his public denial, the silence from other OTF members raised further suspicion. While many were posting "Free Durk" in support of the group's leader, no one publicly defended Jam or offered clarity about his involvement. Tensions escalated when Jam appeared to accuse Lil Durk of being the one who snitched first. He pointed to lyrics from Durk's track Back Again, in which Durk raps, "Jam, get out that jam, I give him 50, ain't gotta ask again." He was catching murders way back then. According to Jam, These lyrics put him directly in law enforcement's crosshairs, suggesting they reignited federal interest in his past. Jam had been released from prison in February 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder. Following his release, Durk reportedly gave him $50,000 as a welcome home gesture, along with a vehicle and a house. Footage later surfaced showing Jam flaunting the cash and mentioning property he had acquired, allegedly with Durk's help. Yet despite this earlier support, rumors began circulating that Durk refused to assist Jam during a subsequent legal crisis. Reportedly, Jam was hit with weapons charges and faced the possibility of returning to prison for an extended period. Hoping for support, Jam looked to Durk, who had once backed him unconditionally. However, according to commentary from DJ Academics, Jam's expectations were met with silence. Durk allegedly declined to contribute toward legal representation or bond. Feeling abandoned, Jam is rumored to have cooperated with law enforcement to avoid further incarceration, leading to speculation that he had chosen self-preservation over loyalty. There are growing questions around the loyalty of several close affiliates connected to OTF. Among them is Brick Baby, whose alleged betrayal was revealed through insider claims shared by industry rival Whack 100. According to statements referencing the federal indictment, one or more co-conspirators, specifically co-conspirator 4, were allegedly aware of Quando Rondo's travel plans, including his stay at a hotel in Los Angeles. Whack 100 suggested that this individual may have played a role in leaking Quando's location. Originally, the public narrative claimed that the Atlanta shooting involving Quando Rondo, which left his cousin dead, was related to a failed drug deal involving Armenians or Persians. However, new details began surfacing. In February 2023, Brick Baby went on social media and openly stated that no one could deny OTF had retaliated for King Von. In that same video, he mentioned that OTF had allegedly avenged Von's death by targeting Quando Rondo's cousin. This wasn't the only instance where Brick Baby discussed the situation. In a track titled Not Enough, he included lyrics suggesting involvement in a violent act. The lines claimed a fatal retaliation and referenced multiple rounds being fired. Federal authorities reportedly took interest in those comments. While many believed Brick Baby was arrested on a weapons charge in March, it was later discovered that law enforcement was primarily interested in seizing his phone. This action raised further questions about his possible involvement in broader criminal investigations. What makes the situation more complicated is the connection between Brick Baby and Quando Rondo, who were both affiliated with the same gang, the Rollins 60 Crips. When Quando arrived in Atlanta, he reportedly checked in with his gang for protection. After the incident, authorities allegedly informed Quando that his own gang may have betrayed him. Following this, Quando Rondo publicly denounced his affiliation with the Rollins 60s, claiming they failed to protect him. The timeline, associations, and federal involvement have caused many to speculate that Brick Baby may have provided information leading to the incident. Meanwhile, another situation involving OTF member Buna has raised further questions. Known for his strong allegiance to OTF, Buna, whose real name is Michael L. Golden, was considered one of Lil Durk's closest allies. In early 2023, he was seen in a widely shared video stepping in to protect the rapper from an aggressive fan during a live festival performance. Despite his visible loyalty, Buna's legal troubles escalated significantly in March 2021. He was arrested in connection to a violent confrontation at Cumberland Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. During the incident, he allegedly exited a vehicle and opened fire on another car. The shooting left 4 individuals injured, including a 6-year-old child who was struck by a stray bullet. All victims survived, but the severity of the charges shocked the public. Buna was charged with 4 felony counts of aggravated assault with intent to murder. Authorities were able to link him to the crime after he reportedly dropped his phone at the scene, which led to a search warrant and additional evidence through social media activity. 3 other individuals, including Quando Reese, were also connected to the case. It was confirmed that the arrests took place at a private airport hangar, an unusual detail considering that chartering a private jet is typically out of reach for most individuals affiliated with local street crews. This detail raised eyebrows across the industry, especially because by the time of the arrest, King Von had already passed away. That left one major question: who funded the private travel? All signs pointed to a single individual with the resources and motive, Lil Durk. Elsewhere, Charleston White, known for his outspoken commentary, publicly addressed the situation. In a recent interview, he called Lil Durk's arrest a victory for Black America. The remark drew sharp responses from fans and critics alike and quickly became a trending topic. According to White, the arrest symbolized a larger turning point, a moment for communities to reflect on the impact of violence in music. He claimed the glorification of criminal activity in drill music had spread harmful influences nationwide, particularly affecting young, impressionable listeners. In White's view, the detainment of a high-profile figure like Durk signaled the decline of drill music's dominance and influence. He has long voiced criticism of Durk's role in popularizing the genre, alleging that it contributed to escalating violence and retaliation. White even made headlines previously for claiming that Lil Durk cooperated with authorities in 2023 to avoid an attempted murder charge by implicating King Von, an allegation never proven but widely circulated online. When asked about Durk potentially taking offense to his comments, White didn't back down. In fact, he escalated his rhetoric by posting photos with Lil Tim, the individual involved in the shooting of King Von, and using Durk's own music in his videos to mock him. In one post, he added captions praising Lil Tim, while making pointed remarks about King Von and referencing Lil Durk's reported time in rehabilitation. Regardless of how the legal proceedings unfold, Charleston White has made it clear that his campaign of criticism will continue. As this story develops, many are watching to see whether Durk's case becomes a turning point for the culture or just another headline in a long list of controversies. If you found this breakdown informative, don't forget to like and subscribe for more ongoing coverage. You can also check out the related content on screen for deeper insights into this developing story.